What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 8 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. Given the success of Solgaleo yesterday, I decided to continue with the quote-unquote Solgaleo train, and this time we're trying out Necrozma with the Duskmane form. So this was a team built by Yoko Taguma, which made it to the top 4 at the women's tournament too, which is really cool. And I think this team has a lot of fun stuff. It has that Lapras with Parasong, which is always exciting. It has Necrozma, which can both Swords Dance and Trick Room, so that can be really scary. And it has a weakness policy. You have Ferrothorn for some great defensive options. Togekiss offers a lot of great support with Follow Me, Yawn, and Dazzling Gleam. You have Incineroar, great as always. And then you have Tyranitar, which I think is really cool because it has a Focus Sash. It can change the weather, which has been a really big deal, and it just has a lot of really good support options. The code, as you can see, is included in the video, and I'll make sure to also include that in the description. And with that, let's kind of just hop into the first battle. All right, first battle of the day, we have a Kyogre team with Whimsicott, Pikachu, Cinderace, Kyogre, Amoonguss, and Talonflame. So that team really wants Trick Room. I mean, not Trick Room, wants Tailwind. So I think Trick Room is the best option. I do, I could lead Necrozma Togekiss, right? I can Follow Me with the Togekiss, allow Necrozma to safely set up Trick Room. I think I'm going to go with that. Ferrothorn is good. Ferrothorn puts in a lot of work against this team. The risk is Cinderace, which is a big risk for actually a lot of this team, and I'm kind of relying on the rain to help with that. I could do Incin. That is tempting. Lapras, probably not really going to be doing much. It actually, it does have, Resonance does hit a good amount of this team. Tyranitar, yeah, not really the best option. Instant. I'm going to go with Lapras in the back and probably go for a late Resonance, or maybe not even max it. Let's see. I think actually maybe Necrozma Lapras could have been an interesting lead, but what I am afraid of is Whimsicott going for a taunt onto Necrozma, and so having the option to Follow Me with what's his face? With Necrozma is really tempting. Okay, so they're going to do Pikachu, Whimsicott. Honestly, I could just Earthquake, Follow Me. Yeah, the issue though is that Fake Out. I'm gonna try to Trick Room and Follow Me. What they could do is they can Fake Out into, yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Fake Out into Togekiss and then taunt with Whimsicott. But, I mean, that isn't the worst option, even still. Because I can just start then putting on pressure with... Okay, so they didn't go for... They're probably going to Nuzzle then. Right? Follow Me. Oh, their Switcheroo eject button. That's totally fine. Yep. They're going to... Oh, wow. And Sing. Interesting. Pikachu's not something I want around then, because Sing is really scary. I do get up the Trick Room, which is nice, but there is the fear that I'm just going to lose my weakness policy. I'm still going to go for it. Do I want to switch? I think bringing out Ferrothorn isn't the worst option. No, because it'll... Ferrothorn can start setting up. Or I could just bring out Lapras. No, because I'm afraid of getting hit with the Sing. But I don't think they're going to hit into that slot. So I'm going to actually switch out to Lapras, because then I'll be slower than Pikachu. It'll let me set up Resonance against their Whimsicott. Right? Yeah. It'll let me set up against their Whimsicott, because that'll bring Pikachu down to its Sash. And so even if Pikachu sings... Okay, yep, they're going to switch a room. Makes sense, because they want the eject button back. They're going to get my weakness policy, which is fine. Earthquake. Let's see if Pikachu has Sash. Pikachu doesn't. That's a big deal. Okay, that's actually a really big deal because that means Lapras can pretty freely max and go for Resonance, and I can Sunsteel Strike into Whimsicott. Because Whimsicott's just like playing around with items that aren't even necessary. Wow, they bring out Cinderace. Cinderace, I'm guessing, is going to go for... what's it called? Cinderace is probably going to go for Swords... Or not Swords Dance, for Sucker Punch. So I'm tempted just to Swords Dance and then Geyser. Or... yeah, let's Sunsteel Strike... I'm gonna... Nope. Did that last time. I'm gonna Geyser into Cinderace and kind of expect the Sucker Punch. But I have Prism Armor, so I'm not super, super, super worried about it. And them maxing Cinderace... oh, wow. Okay, so they're gonna withdraw into Kyogre, most likely. Yep, there's Kyogre. Kyogre is going to take a G-Max, or not a G-Max, is going to take a Sunsteel Strike, which, I mean, it is chip damage, and every little bit matters. I'm guessing they're modest max speed, so I should still be slower. So I could theoretically do something like, what am I trying to say? I could do something like Protect Earthquake. I should have gone for Swords Dance. I think it would have been the much smarter play. But, I mean, hindsight is 20/20. Cinderace is... oh, wow, they're maxing Cinderace. That's bold. Because then you don't get the priority from Sucker Punch. And you're... wow, I mean, it is tricky because I didn't go for Resonance. So they have a chance to take out my Lapras. But, I mean, Cinderace isn't that bulky. Yeah. Cool. Cinderace goes down. Wasn't... yeah. I would have probably saved it for a Sucker Punch, and now this means they are going to have Kyogre and Whimsicott in the back. And I think just getting continual chip damage onto Kyogre is the best way to go. That Sunsteel Strike did a lot for being not very effective, too. Yeah, I can safely set up screens, and then, what, Whimsicott's going to trick away an item. I think then Sunsteel Strike into Whimsicott, and then Resonance into... I'm actually tempted to do it the other way around. I'm going to Sunsteel Strike into Kyogre, and then I'm going to Resonance into Whimsicott. I don't think it really matters at this point, but I think Sunsteel Strike just did so much that if I'm doing not very effective, I'd rather do the not very effective that does more damage. And this is great because I do have Incin in the back where I can, if needed, just start fake outing and parting shotting, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue, right? I think at this point, yeah. Protect with a Kyogre, that's fine. I'm going to be able to successfully get off Resonance into Whimsicott. Whimsicott was going for an attack, which makes sense. They're just, yeah, they're stalling out the Trick Room, but with Resonance up and the fact that Kyogre has taken chip, it's not going to really do much. So I think, yeah, it's just about finishing off the game at this point. Let's see, how many turns of Trick Room are left? There are... oh. There are... this is the last turn of Trick Room. So, yeah. I could just let's just Sunsteel Strike. Let's just not risk damaging things if I don't have to. Max Geyser is stronger, and yeah, they're both not very effective. Go for the double... oh, wow, they get the double protect. Which is... yeah, I mean, you just kind of have to go for that at times. Able to hit through. Yep, get a little bit more chip. It is almost at half, so Like, I feel pretty good about things. Lapras, yeah, now I can just Perish Song. And I think I have Incin in the back, right? Oh, I have Ferrothorn, so I'm actually not worried. I'm just gonna go for another and then Perish Song, so even in the event that they try to just keep protecting indefinitely. Okay, so they're gonna hit Origin Pulse. This is worth noting that um, this Lapras doesn't have Water Absorb. It has Shell Armor, which I think is a good choice. I think you are worried that the main breakthrough to screens is a critical hit, and so stopping that is really important. But at the same time, like, moves like this, a little bit unfortunate. I don't think the Perish Song was even necessary because of Freeze Dry, but I don't know. Just you want to guarantee that if they try and protect stall, they're not gonna come through on top. So hit that. Freeze Dry is super effective onto Kyogre. Yeah, cool. So that was fun. I think I really like this team so far. I've played a couple games with it before recording, and it's been a lot of fun. It's a lot of interesting strategies, and I can see why this is a top 4 team because it is so powerful, and it really takes advantage of Necrozma and getting it set up. And yeah, I'm really excited for the next game, and I'll see all of you there. All right, battle number 2. We have a Zacian team. So this is Thundurus, Charizard, Zacian with Urshifu, Grimmsnarl, and Swampert. That Charizard is a little tricky. I could do. I am tempted to do Togekiss Lapras to set up Resonance because I can follow me and then Resonance. And then what? I bring Necrozma. Ferrothorn is really good. Ferrothorn is incredibly good against their team other than Charizard. So I'm going to do... Right? I'm trying to think. Incin handles Zacian, but so do other things on my team. And then... I mean, Charizard is tempting. I mean, not Charizard. Tyranitar is tempting. No, I'm going to go with Ferrothorn, because I think if Ferrothorn gets set up, it should be, yeah, other than once Charizard is gone, it should be pretty straightforward, and I kind of expect, I don't know, I feel like expect Charizard lead with Max Wildfire. Let's see what they go for. So they're going to go for Grimmsnarl, Thundurus. Interesting. I think then still the best option is Follow Me and Resonance into Thundurus. So Max Resonance here, and then Follow Me. Yeah, because Thundurus cannot one-shot Lapras with any hit. I could also just Dazzling Gleam to damage Grimmsnarl. No, I'd rather just try and save damage. But I mean, what's most likely going to happen is they're most likely going to fake out. They're most likely, yeah, going to fake out into Togekiss with Grimmsnarl and then hit me with Max Lightning. But I mean, it's not the worst position in the world. I want to have screens up, and getting off the Resonance is really huge because if they don't go for fake out, then they're in potentially really hot water. Because that means Lapras... Oh, I mean, they could go for Light Screen. That is an option. If they go for Light Screen to absorb some of the chip damage from both of these into... What's-his-face? Into Thundurus. But then I feel like I can bring out Ferrothorn so freely because they can't really touch it. Okay, so they're not going to fake out. So they're probably going to Light Screen. Right? Yep, there's the Light Screen because they're trying to sponge damage while they try to two-shot my Lapras. Yep, there's Max Lightning into Togekiss. Togekiss goes down. But Togekiss did what it needed to do. Because what? What can I do with Ferrothorn? So I know they have one screen. Okay, oh, and their life orb. That's good to know. So they are not Assault Vest. They're going to take a pretty sizable chunk from Resonance, actually. I mean, yeah, from Resonance, which is good. I think bring out Ferrothorn and just start Iron Defensing. Because, yeah, the Grimmsnarl can't do much to me. I think go for another Resonance here and then just Iron Defense. The issue, though, is 2 Knuckles. I mean, even still, 2 Knuckles from Thundurus. Oh, Thunderwave. Ugh. Yeah, so many Grimmsnarls are carrying Thunderwave now, and it is really good tech. So they're going to Lightning into Lapras. Lapras takes it super well, which is great. Yep, not Grimmsnarl. Ferrothorn able to get off the Iron Defense. And now let's see if I can connect. Yep, Resonance connects, which is good. I think this should take out Thundurus, right? Okay, Thundurus will go down next turn to its recoil from Life Orb. So I'm going to protect, right? Do I want to protect? I'm going to go for protect. I think they're going to try and Thunderwave into Ferrothorn. And so the goal is to sponge the attack from Thundurus and then hopefully hit off a Geyser into Grimmsnarl and then be in a good position for Ferrothorn really to do a lot of work. The issue, though, is that Thunderwave can cause a lot of issues. Oh, they're going to withdraw. Interesting. So they're going to bring out Zacian, which is fine by me. Oh, because they're probably going to Knuckle. Protect the Ferrothorn. They're most likely going to Knuckle. Yep. Knuckle into Lapras. Lapras lives. They're going to go down to Life Orb Recoil, but that Zacian is at +2. What do I want to do? It is +2 Ferrothorn versus +2 Zacian. I feel like because I hit this Geyser, I should be able to knock it out with Body Press and live an attack. But I actually don't know for sure. Right? Yeah, and so they could bring out Grimm. Grimm would be a pretty smart play. That's what I would think. I would think they'd bring out Grimmsnarl to try and set up the Reflect and stop Ferrothorn from going for, or like reduce the damage of Body Press. Yep, there's Grimmsnarl. This is Fake Out most likely. I think still, let's Hydro Pump here. I just went for Protect. I'm gonna try to Body Press the Zacian. Yep, there's the Reflect. Let's see how much I take from... Oh, they're going to Behemoth Blade. Into Ferrothorn? No, into Lapras. Makes sense. Okay, so they're going to knock out Lapras. Let's see how much Body Press does through Reflect. It's going to... It does a sizable chunk, honestly. Able to bring out Necrozma. I could Trick Room. Trick Room is tempting. So is Protect. Protect Earthquake. I could Sunsteel Strike. Sunsteel Strike the... No, let's go for Trick Room and then Iron Defense. Yeah, because if I get off the Iron Defense, I will be able to knock out the Zacian next turn. I don't think Zacian should be able to one-shot. Let's see. I'm actually not the most defensive. Necrozma, wow, it takes it super well. Oh yeah, because there's resonance up. Iron Defense off with Ferrothorn. So let's see. I need to get off the Trick Room now, because that's gonna play a really big. Great. Okay. Cool. So I can Sunseal Strike into the Grimmsnarl spot, and then Body Press into Zacian. Right. Sunseal Strike. Yep. Regardless, let's go here, and then let's Body Press into Zacian, and that should knock both of them out. Well, yeah, I have to not get paralyzed, and I probably just jinx myself. But let's see. Body Press. Okay, that's what I care about way more, because, yep, Zacian goes down, and as long as they don't have Charizard in the back, I should be good. Okay, Necrozma is paralyzed, but I mean it's fine. If it's Charizard, that's actually not fine. It is Urshifu. Okay. Urshifu can crit. So I'm going to actually Earthquake and Body Press the Urshifu. Is that smart? I think it is. Because Urshifu's going to hit through Protect either way. This is going to go first. This is really risky. That's annoying. Yeah, because that did nothing. Spirit Break into Ferrothorn. Yeah, but Ferrothorn is tanking this so well. But Urshifu's about to critical hit me, which isn't good. Wicked Blow into... Wow, you hit Necrozma. Oh, because it... Yep. Yeah, I did get chip damage onto Urshifu. So what I need now is to not be paralyzed and to hit Urshifu with Body Press. Right, Body Press into Urshifu, and then it's Ferrothorn one-on-one versus Grimmsnarl, which can only do 4 damage with Spirit Break. So yeah, as long as I'm not Oh. Dang it. Can I... That's rough. Can I live this Spirit Break? Or not Spirit Break. Can I live this Wicked Blow? I should be able to, right? I resist it. Yep, okay. Nice. Iron Barbs get some unneeded chip on Urshifu. I just need to be not paralyzed for 1 turn to hit this Body Press. I just need to get this, and then it should be game, because I will recover more damage, or I will recover more HP than Grimmsnarl is dealing in damage. Okay, that's unfortunate. Paralyzed again. And then I think Trick Room is expiring this turn. So, yeah. That's 3 turns in a row. 36, yeah. I'm not going to be able to recover enough. If there is one more turn of Trick Room, but I don't think there is. I lost count. Damn it. Yeah, that's game. Because I can't... Yeah. Once again, kind of screwed over by paralysis, and I can see why Thunderwave Grimmsnarl has picked up so much recently, because it puts in so much work, and the Scary Face would have been fine. Like there was Trick Room up, but yeah, it was unfortunate that I just needed to hit a Body Press, and I had 3 times to do it, and I didn't do it once. But I don't know. I totally jinxed myself, and that one is on me. And I don't think this loss is really reflective of the team, because it was just unfortunate luck, and there's nothing to do but keep your head up, remember it's part of the game, and move on to the next game. All right, third battle. We have Kyurem White with, what's his face? Volcarona, Regieleki, Gastrodon, a Thunderous and a Ferrothorn. Kyurem White. What am I thinking? Do I like Lapras? Lead? Yeah, I mean that thing is scary. And it does a really good job against most of my team. I like Necrozma Lapras. Right? I think Necrozma Lapras is my best lead option. Ferrothorn is tempting. I'm going to bring Ferrothorn, and then do I want to do Tyranitar? I need an option for their Ferrothorn. So I think my own Incin. I think Incin is a good option to Ferrothorn because, yeah, it does have Flare Blitz. Yeah, this is a tough lead. Kyurem White. I expect them to lead Kyurem White. I can't really see a reason for them not to do it, right? They have to go with it. Oh, wow. So they're going to lead Regieleki and Ferrothorn, which tells me they probably want to set up their Ferrothorn. So what do I have in the back? I have Incin, so I do need Incin out as soon as possible. But I don't want to... Yeah, Earthquake is hard. I could just Max Quake into Regieleki. Yeah, let's Max Quake into Regieleki and then switch out to Incin so I can fire off a Flare Blitz into their Ferrothorn. I think that's the best bet because the special defense boost is really important. It does suck that I'm giving Ferrothorn a turn to get up an Iron Defense, but like they don't really have a reason not to go for it. And then, okay, so they're not switching out. Yeah, if they wanted to switch out Ferrothorn, that would be great. They're probably going to just Thunderbolt into the, what's it called, the Lapras slot. I'm trying to think. Is there, I guess, I feel like Incin actually would have been a really good lead because, yeah, there's not really a reason for them not to lead Ferrothorn against this team because it is so strong. And I am basically letting it get set up, and I only brought physical attackers. Yep, Thunderbolt into Incin, Life Orb Regieleki. Interesting. So, yep, Max Quake, going to finish it off, but now they are going to safely be able to Iron Defense on Ferrothorn, which means that I'm kind of playing catch up as my only real special attacker on this team is that Lapras. Because, yep, here comes Iron Defense. I have to double target this thing. They might protect. I actually expect them to protect. What are they going to bring in? Let's see. If they bring in Kyurem White. Yep, there's Kyurem. This is tricky. Steel Spike the Kyurem. Flare Blitz. It's so obvious, but like I don't really have a choice. The thing that I'm worried about is if what they could max guard and then body press. But even then, well, Incin would still hit first, and the ability to get a ton of chip damage is really valuable. So let's see. Their Kyurem is going to go first, which is good because it can potentially trigger my policy. And if I get policy triggered, I'll have a much better time dealing with that Ferrothorn because then my attack will also be a lot higher. Yeah, so there's the max with Kyurem. They could... What? I think they could try to knock... I would not try and knock out my Solgaleo. I mean, not my Solgaleo, my Necrozma. I think the better play is to target Incineroar. Because, yeah, you don't want to proc my policy. Okay, so you're going to Wormwind into Ensign. Yeah. Smart play. Because now I don't have a proc boost, and I'm at -1 attack, and your Ferrothorn is just going to continue to steamroll. Steel Spike into Kyurem is not going to do that much. Yeah, under half. They probably have their own weakness policy. Let's see. Oh, no. No weakness policy there. So they're going to... Yep, they're going to seed me. What do I do now? What do I do now? I could bring out my own... I could bring out my own, and I can basically play for the Perish Song endgame. I could honestly just... Oh, I could have just brought out Lapras and just Perish Songed then. I think still the play is to Steel Spike their Kyurem and Body Press it. I do want their Kyurem gone. Yeah, I'm going to try and Body Press their Kyurem because I want to get a Perish Song endgame. This is a little bit risky, but what I'm thinking is if... Let's see whose Ferrothorn is slower, because that's going to really determine how viable this is, because what I could do is... what's it called? I could just Perish Song with 2 things left and take advantage of the fact that my Ferrothorn is slower. But that, yeah, it'll depend on speed ties. Smart on their part. That was a really good max guard. That's actually really bad. Yep, because they're going to be at +4. But their Ferrothorn is faster, which is good to know. Body Press into Kyurem protects itself. They're going to seed me. I think I have to switch out to Lapras, right? It is a little risky, but I think switch out to Lapras and then Iron Defense myself. They are going to hit first, so if they knock out my Ferrothorn, it's essentially game because I can't really come back from that. But let's see. I think, yeah, bring out Lapras. Go for Perish Song with that. I don't know. I feel like I'm not playing the best. Max Quake into Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn, wow, it takes a lot more than expected. They're going to then probably Body Press into my Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn goes down. Yeah, that's tricky because their Ferrothorn was faster than mine. Yeah, I don't think there's much I could have done. I can't even force Perish Song at this point because of the fact that it's I only have 2 that's what I'm trying to say. I only have 2 things left. I mean, actually what I could do is Trick Room. I can Perish Song here and Trick Room with the hope that then I will be quote unquote slower. That's actually a really bad idea. I should have waited. Oh, that was such a bad idea. That was a horrible idea. Because that just means they get to hit first. Oh, I should have waited until the last turn of Perish Song to Trick Room. But I thought this was a terrible idea. Leech Seed into Necrozma. Yeah, I mean what? I can protect. Actually, this doesn't even work because now Necrozma is the slowest thing. And yeah. Necrozma is the slowest thing, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, not Necrozma, what's it? Kyurem. Kyurem is the slowest thing, so I have to knock out Kyurem. I can protect and Sunsteel Strike into Kyurem. So what I have to do is I gotta hope that Ferrothorn targets my Lapras with Body Press. Oh, that. They can also just protect with Kyurem, which was very obvious. And then, yeah, they're probably going to Body Press into Necrozma. Oh, wow, they targeted down Lapras. Sunsteel Strike into Kyurem. Yeah, so I have 2 turns. I need to knock out their Necrozma and whatever they bring in. So I think I have to double protect here and then go for a Sunsteel Strike into their Kyurem. I need to get that. I mean, it's not... Let's see. This is a little bit tricky. I probably should have just Sunsteel Striked into Kyurem and then waited until the last turn to Trick Room. That would have actually been really smart. Because then I could have just stalled out that Ferrothorn. Okay, so they're going to bring out their final thing, which is Gastrodon, which is definitely going to live any of my attacks. I do get a double protect, which is nice. Body Press into Lapras. Sunsteel Strike is going to do literally nothing to that Gastrodon. Yeah, that's game. Because what, this is last turn of Trick Room? Or not last turn of Trick Room, last turn of Parasong. Yeah. I shouldn't have tried to Trick Room. I should have Sunsteel Striked into... Yeah, that's the play. I should have Sunsteel Striked into their Kyurem the turn that I went for Trick Room to knock out their Kyurem, and then it would have been Gastrodon. I could have then set up Trick Room on turn 1 after going for attacks on the other 2 turns of Parasong. Bummer. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty... Wow, that did nothing. I'm pretty bummed with how I played with this team so far. I think I made some really egregious mistakes, and I don't want to end the episode on this, because yeah, this was definitely very winnable. I just played very poorly, and I should have just Sunsteel Striked into their Necrozma, or not their Necrozma, their Kyurem, and I didn't play optimally, and I don't want to end with that, so let's do one more. Alright, last battle. We have Mimikyu, Calyrex with Sableye, Dragapult, Nihilego, and Umbreon. So they are also going to want a Trick Room. And they have the option of using the Mimikyu as well as the, Mimikyu with Calyrex. So I think, this is such a strong lead. It's super effective against their whole team. I do like Incin in the back. And then probably Tyranitar. I haven't used Tyranitar yet. So do I want Tyranitar? Yeah, let's bring Tyranitar. I think changing the weather can be good. Mimikyu Calyrex would be great because I can double target the Calyrex slot with both Necrozma and Lapras, and then even if they set up a Trick Room, I function well under Trick Room, and it should be a pretty good game. I think, yeah, Umbreon is probably not what they're going to bring. Sableye, maybe. Sableye is interesting because Sableye is so versatile, so I don't really know what to expect. Dragapult, maybe? Yeah, I don't think they want to... I feel like they go for Mimikyu Calyrex. This is something that's been showing up a lot because of the fact that Mimikyu can run Mental Herb, and so you're basically guaranteed a Trick Room unless you double taunt it, in which case you're letting Calyrex set up a free Glacial Lance. Okay, so Nihilego and Calyrex. I think the play is still to Sunsteel Strike, to hit into... Let's Max Resonance here and Sunsteel Strike here. Very obvious. What can Nihilego do? Nihilego can Max Rockfall? Probably. That's what I expect. It could be Max Rockfall Trick Room, which isn't the end of the world, because depending on how their Calyrex is trained, I could still be faster with Lapras under Trick Room. So let's see kind of what they go for here. Yeah, because what? Calyrex... I know that Jolly Max Speed Calyrex with a Tailwind outspeeds Calyrex Shadow. So it gets to at least 124. I think this Lapras is somewhere in the 90s. So it is possible that I'm still going to go first, even if they set up... what's it called? If they set up Trick Room. Let's find out. They probably won't go for Trick Room. Nihilego. Oh, wow. They're Nihilego. Oh, they're maxing Calyrex. Yeah, and so... Okay, so they're going to max Calyrex. This is interesting because... What? I don't think Nihilego gets Trick Room. Let's see. Nihilego's going to go first. Nihilego's going to Meteor Beam. Okay, cool. That's fine. That's going to go into Lapras. I definitely will live. Now, the issue, though, is Sunsteel Strike is probably going to... Wow, that did a lot. Sunsteel Strike is going to trigger a weakness policy and not do that much. Oh, wow. So they're Life Orb. That's actually really good to know. So Nihilego is going to take a Resonance. We are faster with my Lapras, and now the question is, where is... They're probably going to knock out Lapras. They're going to Steel Spike into Lapras. Makes sense. So that Nihilego is going to go first. They're trying to reduce the damage from Solgaleo. I'm going to actually just sacrifice Lapras. I'm going to try and max Geyser here, and then I'm going to Sword Stance. Yeah, I think that's the best option, because then what I can do is I can bring out Incin, fake out Nihilego, and hit into their Calyrex with a Sunsteel Strike. And just try and get big damage onto it, and the fact that it won't be... And then I'll have one turn of max left. Oh, they're going to Sludge Bomb. Wow. Sludge Bomb, cool, that's fine. Lapras goes down... There is no way I see them one-shotting my Necrozma. Yeah, that is a little tricky that its special attack is boosted. We're going to Sword Stance. God, I would love for them to max Quake and trigger my weakness policy. What are the chances they're going to do that? Oh, wow. They're going to max Quake. I will take that at over half and trigger my weakness policy. So then I can safely bring out Incin and one-shot, or not one-shot, I can fake out their Nihilego. Incin comes out, fake out into Nihilego, and then whatever the Sun Strike attack into Calyrex, and it should... Oh, it has a... Oh, White Herb. Very cool. Fake out here, and then Sunsteel Strike here. Yeah, and they're still at neutral, but they have no item, and I think they should do a sizable chunk. I am at +1. Smart Protect. It was actually very obvious. I should have doubled up into... Oh, wow. So they're going to double up into protecting. But that means Calyrex isn't maxed anymore. Yeah, but the question then is... This is tempting. Flare Blitz Earthquake. Flare Blitz. No, it's at +1 defense. So I actually want to Parting Shot into them, and then I'm worried about Nihilego, actually. Because Nihilego's at +2. Oh, nice. They're going to bring out Umbreon. Cool. So Sludge Bomb into Ensign. Ensign gets poisoned. A little bit unfortunate, but we're able to Parting Shot. Wow, okay, so Ensign is faster than Necrozma. Good to know. And then if I take out... So Tyranitar comes in. Yeah, and then if I take out their Nihilego with Necrozma, which I should, they still have something I haven't seen, and Calyrex in the back. Calyrex, I'm not actually super worried about, and I think what their plan is at this point has to be to try and finish off my Resonance turns. Yeah, cool. So Nihilego goes down, which is great, because I was actually really worried about that thing. Umbreon is not a threat at all. Because what is it going to do? Snarl me? I mean, it could have Foul Play. So, assuming Umbreon isn't a threat isn't the best idea. Oh, so they have Sableye. Superpower, the Umbreon, Sunsteel Strike, the Sableye. They're probably going to burn one of my things. They have to burn. They have to have Will-O-Wisp. Oh, they're going to set up a sub. Interesting. I'm just going to hit through that. I'm going to Superpower. Hopefully this knocks out Umbreon. Wow, Umbreon lives. That was unexpected. That's tricky. Umbreon, because yeah, Umbreon has Foul Play. Sunsteel Strike into the sub. That's going to break their sub. Yeah, are they just trying to... Yeah, they're just trying to stall. Yawn into Necrozma. I think... What, Rock Slide? I could taunt. No, let's Rock Slide and Sunsteel Strike into Sableye? Because if I can get rid of Sableye, I should have actually done that into Umbreon. Oh wow, no. Cool. Yeah, because Umbreon can't flinch. So Sunsteel Strike going to knock out their what's it called? Their Sableye. So they're forced to bring out Calyrex. Yawn. Oh, ooh. Yawn into Tyranitar. So I think I have to switch out Tyranitar into Ensign. Unless I think Ensign can solo. I mean, where's Calyrex is at pretty low. I think it's worth just trying to lash out into... it could protect. That's a question. Do I expect it to protect? Because if I get the lash out... I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for them not protecting. Expecting the switch to Incineroar. Yeah, I'm going to bank on that. I'm going to bank on the switch. Yep. Switch to Incineroar. It called it. Lash out. Does not do that much. I am actually pretty shocked at how little that did. Tail Whip. Yeah, because you're going to hit into Tyranitar with... oh, you're just going to Glacial Lance. Oh, high horsepower. Interesting. You're going to high horsepower into Necrozma. Necrozma's going to take that. So now is the question of how many turns of sand are left? I think, honestly, because I have Ensign in the back, how many turns of rock? Yeah, Sandstream, there are... Oh, there's one turn left. I think it's worth actually swapping to Ensign and trying to Sunsteel Strike into Calyrex, because then I can reset the weather with Tyranitar. Yeah, because the Sandstorm will subside, and then That's really good because then I can just chip away and kind of use that residual sand damage to put in work. So tail whip, yep, tail whip once again. High horsepower actually probably makes the most sense. If they knock out Ensign, it's a little bit tricky. They're going to Glacial Lance. Glacial Lance, let's see, it's at -1. Oh, there's the tail whip. Ensign, yeah, takes that super well. So I'm going to be able to bring back Tyranitar and hopefully knock out. Yeah, Sandstorm's going to subside, so I can bring back the Sandstorm and start chipping at them that way. And then it's what? Umbreon versus... Oh, I don't have Aurora Veil. We're going to bring back the Sandstorm. I have at least one turn of guaranteed... guaranteed living because I have Sandstream. I think, though, the play might be... They're probably going to... What is there... I think hit into Umbreon, expecting the Protect, and then Lash Out. I'm expecting Calyrex to Protect. If not, then I'm relying on Tyranitar waking up really early. Right? But that makes sense. Because the fake out is so obvious. Yep. Protect on Calyrex. Great read. Yep, that's fine. Able to hit into Umbreon with a Flare Blitz. Gonna take that out. Probably going to lose. Yep, cool. I'm gonna lose Ensign as well, right? From the recoil. And actually, I don't. I don't lose Ensign, which is huge. Because now, yeah, they're almost gone as well. The poison... yeah, I do lose Ensign. So now the question is, how many turns is Tyranitar going to stay asleep? Because I need to wake up. I can't afford to risk missing with Rock Slide. So the question is, yeah, I know I can at least live one because I have Focus Sash. Asleep for another turn. High horsepower. High horsepower misses. But, I mean, it shouldn't matter unless I don't wake up this turn. Which, let's see. Yep, cool. So yeah, even if they had connected, it wouldn't have mattered because I did have Focus Sash. And yep, cool. Calyrex goes down. That one was really tricky. I think my opponent played really well, and calling that Protect with Calyrex was a huge read. But it made sense because Tyranitar had Focus Sash, so I wasn't worried about Calyrex. And the important thing was just to get rid of that Umbreon, because then it was 2v1 or 1-on-1 where I knew I could win, or yeah. So I think that was the best play. I really like this team. I'm probably going to play with it tomorrow as I prep for Series 8, and I hope to see all of you in the next video.